Hi, this is Phil, and I'm here to tell you all about the Capes and Lunatics Patreon. Get early access to all of our interviews, including the monthly Chichester chats with writer and comic book legend D.G. Chichester, new episodes of classic Capes and Lunatics shows, including The Quantum Zone, This, That, or the Third, and many, many more specials, all completely uncensored. Access starts for $3 a month, full video when you pledge $5 a month. Check out the link in our show notes, or go to patreon.com/CapesandLunatics. Hope to see you there.
This is Jeremy Adams, and you're listening to the Capes and Lunatics podcast.
In brightest day,
in blackest nights,
no evil shall escape my sight.
That those who worship evil's might.
Beware my power.
Green Lantern's light. Hello, and welcome back to Sector 2814, the Green Lantern podcast. I am Phil. Joining me, as always, Master of the Core. It is.
I am Will. Hey, everyone.
And number one Hal Jordan fanboy. Because we're back for part 2 of Secret Origin from Green Lantern 32-35. So, yes, kids, finally learned how Jordan's secret origin. Alright, so trying to think what else. I don't think we have any new Green Lantern news. No new issues yet.
No. Let's see. No, I can't think of anything. I did read the Alan Scott issue and the Jay Garrick issue and Green Lantern War Journal 2, so I'm caught up on those.
So what did you think of those?
I thought they were good. I'm interested to see, is War Journal a 4-issue series or a 6-issue series?
I don't...
Because I thought it was 4, but I don't. I read something somewhere that said it might be 6, got stretched to 6, or I don't know. I'm confused. So basically, that's a lot of words of me saying I don't know.
I'm seeing something here that's saying ongoing, so I don't know. Because I thought it was a miniseries.
I read that, I think, as well, so that it got flipped from a limited series to an ongoing, but I wasn't sure about that either. So, again, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not. Everywhere I'm looking, it's not. I'm not seeing like it's saying, one of whatever, two whatever. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know. So they may. I wonder if they did promote it to a full. Which is I thought that was the original plan. So I don't know.
Yeah, I am confused as well.
I'm seeing a solicit for issue 5, so it's at least going to 5. I'm trying to see if it's giving me looking for a solicit. All I see is it's saying number 5, but yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. So it's at least more than 4. I'm seeing the thing for 5. So let's see. It's the 90s all over again. You just have to slap something War Journal in front at the end of something, and it'll sell.
Exactly.
War Journal. Yeah, I can't tell. You know what we need? Philip Kennedy Johnson just needs to come on here and tell us.
And yeah, we can certainly talk about War Journal, and maybe even. I mean, we know he's done his research. He's not only has he talked to Thorne, but I assume that he's probably even read Mosaic at this point. So
yeah, I mean, I thought that was the original plan, wasn't it? That they were supposed to do 2 ongoing books like that, one with Hal, one with John, and then they kind of they bumped John to the backup story, and then they were talking about just rolling it into a mini series. So,
I don't know. I guess plans change and are in a constant state of flux anyway. But our plans are firm.
I mean, unless the numbers did good or something, I don't know.
Yeah, our plans are firm. We are talking about Origin today.
He's like, I want to get to this. It's all right. Hold on. Oops, sorry. All right. So Will's chomping at the bit to get to this. So let's get to this. All right.
We are doing Green Lantern numbers 32 through 35, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. So, yes, we pick up where we left off. Green Lantern number 32 from August 2008, Secret Origin, Book 4.
Yep.
Writer Jeff Johns, penciler Ivan Reyes, inkers Eau Claire Albert and Julio Ferreira, colorist Randy Mayer, letterer Rob Lee, and editor Eddie Berganza. The wreckage of Abin Sur's ship is discovered by scientists working with Ferris Aircraft. Despite being advised against it, Dr. Hector Hammond decides to investigate the wreckage without protective clothing. As a result, Hammond is exposed to the ship's fuel source, causing his head to grow to abnormal proportions. Hammond begins hearing everyone's thoughts in his own head as he develops telepathy and telekinesis.
Mm-hmm.
Elsewhere, Hal Jordan's friend Tom Kalamaku discovers his secret identity as Green Lantern, as Jordan warns him to keep it a secret. After angrily confronting Carol Ferris because he blames her father for the death of his father, she empathizes with him and offers him his job as a pilot back. As Jordan is flying a plane, he is forced to crash after his flight is interrupted by the Green Lantern known as Thal Sinestro.
The greatest Green Lantern.
After a confrontation, Sinestro rebuilds the plane while lecturing Jordan on his misuse of his power ring. As Jordan returns the Ferris aircraft, both him and Carol Ferris are suddenly assaulted by a deformed and superpowered Hector Hammond. Hammond uses his telepathy to discover that Hal Jordan and Green Lantern are the same. All right, well, thoughts?
Yeah. It's a pretty good issue. There's a little speech here. What is it? Yeah. Never question a superior officer, never challenge those more powerful than you. Yeah. That's not going to work for me. I sound like somebody you know, Phil?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Someone we all know and love. Yep.
Yep. Which is, I think that's a panel from Rebirth. So he's expanded, he's giving us that moment and then how everything led up to it, the Secret Origin, which is really great. And Sinestro comes off as extraordinarily formidable, as he should, right?
Oh yeah, I mean, he no nonsense, and again, he was trained by Abin Sur, so.
Mm-hmm. And he rebuilds the plane.
Yep. It's like, where's your ring? I left it in
my dog ate it. I don't know. His name's Gnort. Sorry.
Oh.
He gives me his bone.
But yeah, I like the fact that they tie Hector Hammond's kind of origin into Abin Sur's ship crashing and all that. So I thought that was a nice touch. But yeah, the whole interaction between Hal and Sinestro, and Sinestro's not shy. You keep finding ways to disappoint me, I think is something that he says later on, right?
I know, especially when he's like, Hal's like, Ring, can you rebuild the plane? He's like, you shouldn't be asking your Ring. You should be posing that question to yourself. He's like, what's Kilowog teaching you white circles these days?
Exactly, yeah. And Salak, recharging your, he didn't tell, this is, you put it in a pocket dimension close, which we find out about later.
Yeah,
sorry,
I was going to say, I couldn't remember if that was this issue or not. Yeah. Oh, they didn't even mention Atrocitus' camping trip here.
Yeah, he's having a nice little dinner / festival / seance, whatever he is doing. But yeah, I mean, we've got, so Sinestro's on Earth. We've got Hal encountering Hector Hammond and Atrocitus, going after William Hand, which it was interesting that the symbol of their family mortuary is the Black Lantern symbol, right? Or wait, did we not get that? That comes in. Yeah, I don't know if that may come in next issue. Yeah, that's next issue.
Hand, yeah.
But yeah, I thought this was a really, really good issue, and they, Johns points it out directly from Sinestro, saying, your constructs are weak because of your anger, right? Which we deal with coming up. Spoilers. But yeah, I thought this was a really good issue. Art's great, and story is really good too.
Oh yeah. And then Carol's she's looking for pilots. 'Cause she offers Howard a job. But Easter egg, she mentions Larry Traynor, the Doom Patrol's Negative Man. Yes,
exactly. I thought that was a nice little Easter egg as well. And he hangs up on her. So.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. But yeah, I mean, this is very, of course, very entertaining. I mean, we got this scene before, but they go more into detail when Sinestro shows up and destroys the plane.
Yep, which I really liked, and that is definitely on point for the Jeff Johns Hal. That's not going to work for me.
Yeah.
But yeah, excellent issue.
Oh yeah, definitely, and the art's great. Yeah. All right. All right, should we get to the next one?
Book 5.
Yes. All right. All right, so Green Lantern 33. All right, from September 2008, Secret Origin, Part 5. Writer Jeff Jones, same. Yeah, it looks like same team.
Mm-hmm.
All right, here we go. Here's what you're looking for. At the Hand Mortuary. Young William Hand looks at a body bag. As he unzips it, his mother comes in, telling him that he's been told to stay out of here. But Hand only insists that he just wanted to look at the body. Mrs. Hand asks why he can't be more like his brothers, and young William replies that he doesn't know. At Ferris Aircraft, Hal Jordan and Carol Ferris buckle under Hector Hammond's telepathic onslaught. Hammond is aware that Hal is Green Lantern and demands that he turn over the ring. Hammond then sees Hal looking at Carol and tells her that he can't have her. Hal says he doesn't want her, and Hammond throws him across the airstrip. Hal feels the ring slipping off, so he temporarily blinds Hammond. Helping Carol up, Hal tries to get them away, but Hammond throws a fighter at them. However, they're shielded by Sinestro, who has been watching and informs Hammond that he is in violation of 34 laws, both terrestrial and interstellar, including assaulting an officer of the Green Lantern Corps. Sinestro throws a bubble around Hammond's head, rendering him unconscious, and wrongly chastises Hal for being so easily attacked by such a novice telepath. His features obscured by the sun, Carol assumes that he's the Green Lantern from the other week. Sinestro then takes Hal away, leaving a confused Carol behind. At a local gun shop, Atrocitus, having just killed all the people inside, is building a device which will store the power of the Black for his return to Yzmalt. Complete, he holds the device which will take him to William Hand, a cosmic divining rod.
Does that look familiar? Perhaps?
Yep. In the desert, Sinestro wrongly chastises Hal for his recklessness and feels that he needs far more training. Hal says that Kilowog already taught him how to ring sling, and Salak already instructed him on power limitations. The only question he has is why the yellow impurity exists. Sinestro chuckles, saying that he's also sought the cause for the yellow impurity for years, and was even suspended when he accused the Guardians of the Universe for placing the cause in the central power battery. Finally, they reach Aubin Sur's burial site. Sinestro explains that Aubin was his mentor and reflects that he was as insolent to Aubin as Hal was to him. Sinestro admits that they are both individualists, which led to Sinestro's questioning, but Aubin taught him how to temper that without losing his inquisitive nature. At that moment, Hal's power ring says that it has a message ready for Sinestro. The message is from Aubin Sur. In the event of his death, Aubin wishes Sinestro good fortune, but asks him to complete his final mission. Aubin recently discovered the prophesied doom of the universe, which has its origins in the Manhunter's fall from grace, the massacre of Sector 666. Billions of years ago, they suffered a simultaneous glitch which led them to conclude that there would only be order in the universe if there was no organic life. They descended on the worlds of Sector 666, wiping out all life. There were only 5 survivors in the entire sector. These beings became the 5 Inversions, led by Atrocitus, who have sought to harness the power of the Blackest Night to take revenge on the Guardians for unleashing the Manhunters. That Blackest Night term keeps coming up.
That might be a big deal, maybe. I don't know.
Maybe. Aubin begs Sinestro to complete his mission and stop the 5 inversions. As Hal comments that Aubin looked terrified, Sinestro realizes that it was Atrocitus that killed Aubin, sir, and that he's still on Earth. At the Hand mortuary, a funeral is concluding. Slipping away, William Hand goes to touch the dead body in the casket, only for Atrocitus to break through the wall. Atrocitus throws the casket at William's mother and throws William out of the building into the graveyard, saying his insides hold the doorway to darkness. Atrocitus prepares to strike, but Sinestro and Hal appear. Declaring them as guilty as their masters, Atrocitus breaks the green chains they wrap him in and attack. Hal tells William to run, making some dog constructs to get him going. Suddenly, his power ring starts draining. Sinestro says that Atrocitus has a divining rod which can locate and take power. They're going to have to defeat Atrocitus without their rings. All right, William, thoughts?
Excellent cliffhanger ending.
Oh, yeah. They're powerless, yep.
And, I don't know about you, but after hearing that message from Sinestro, I'd be like, hey, Ring, are there, any other messages on here?
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe that I should know about, potentially? I don't know.
I mean, I guess, was it just this? It was only supposed to activate in the presence of Sinestro, I guess, yeah.
Mm-hmm. But, what if there are other messages that are only supposed to activate in front of certain people, right?
Maybe, yeah.
I don't know. But, yeah, I thought this is setting us up for the Battle Royale next issue. And, it moved everybody into place. And it did it with, revealing a lot of just how different, but kind of how similar in a lot of ways Hal and Sinestro are.
Mm-hmm.
Because Sinestro's like, yeah, a freaking color. The color yellow. That's dumb. Hal's like, I know, right?
Yeah, Jeff Johns really, it's been done before, but, Jeff Johns really hammered it home that, Hal and Sinestro are, two sides of the same coin, and, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yep, absolutely.
Had things go on certain ways, yeah.
And, we get an explanation for where Black Hand gets his cosmic divining rod, because he didn't build it. Atrocitus built it. So, yeah, this is and that last page splash is really good with, unpowered Sinestro, unpowered Hal, a big angry, do you have to say angry when you're talking about Atrocitus? Isn't that his natural state?
I think so, yeah. Got that toothy venom smell, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I couldn't remember, yeah. So, in the Silver Age, did they ever say where Black Hand got that divining rod, or has he just always had it?
I don't know. I'll have to look that up, because I think he just, he's like all the Silver Age villains, they, like Sonar. Hey, how did you build it? I just have it,
Yeah, just I built it in the lab.
Yeah.
But yeah, no.
Yeah.
But and again, of course, this is all retconning because the origin, but I'm like, yeah, from this day forward, Hector again, I guess nobody realized it was a different Green Lantern, but it's like Hammond should have a mat on for Sinestro, too.
Yeah, you would think so.
But again, with the sun in his face, everyone thought it was, Earth's Green Lantern. Trying to look this up. Yeah, no, it just says he uses that device. It doesn't say anything about... Oh, okay. It's saying he was a brilliant inventor. He constructed a device. Okay, so.
Okay.
I think it's basically he just says, haha, I created it.
I created it, even though, big angry red alien did.
Oh, there's a Silver Age panel here where he's thinking to himself, I've designed this special uniform. From now on in my crime forays, I shall not be mere William Hand, but Black Hand, the criminal who cannot fail.
Bold words for his career up until, Green Lantern Rebirth.
Bold words for a man with a blank triangle on his chest.
That's right.
All right. Anything else on this one, or should we get to the next one?
I think we should go to the next one.
All right. Green.
And there's an Easter egg that I definitely want to point out once you're done with the summary.
Okay. All right, kids. Green Lantern, number 34, Secret Origin Book 6, from October 2008. I think we got the same team here. William Hand cowers as Hal Jordan and Sinestro battle Atrocitus. After recharging their power rings, Hal Jordan and Sinestro manage to subdue Atrocitus. William Hand grabs Atrocitus' weapon and quickly flees the area. After an argument with Sinestro, a frustrated Hal Jordan barges into Carol Ferris's house to confront her father. He instead discovers that he has been bedridden for quite some time. Carol tells Hal that her father blamed himself for the death of Hal's father and that the guilt took a toll on his health. Hal and Carol Ferris reconcile just before Hal makes peace with Sinestro. The two are then called upon by the Guardians of the Universe for breaking intergalactic law. Alright.
That's so cute. It's his first time being called before the Guardians.
Oh, it's the first time. Yeah, I can call down the principal, yeah.
So, in the very first panel on page 1 of this issue,
Mm-hmm.
the graves that Black Hand is hiding behind, Martin Jordan, Jessica Jordan,
Mm-hmm.
Hal's parents.
Yes. Just by coincidence.
I'm sure that's just a coincidence, yeah. But, I thought the battle with Atrocitus was done really well. And then, Sinestro saying, retreat is not cowardice. It is a sign of not willing to do it is a sign of stupidity, right?
Yeah.
And this is you've redefined the word careless for me, Jordan.
Yeah, because he tells him Jordan to fall back. He's like, I've never run from a fight before. And then at one point, Sinestro has to tackle him. By the way, he's like, get down. And he's like, idiot. Yeah, this is where Sinestro pulls his power battery out of that pocket dimension.
Yep.
Don't tell me Salak didn't educate you on confined pocket dimensions and the storage of personal charging units.
Salak, come on, man.
Hal goes, I keep mine in my locker.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, you're free to find the word careless for me, Jordan, like you said. He goes, so I taught you something.
And then we get Hal, who's able to blow up something yellow.
Oh, yeah. There's like a backhoe or something sitting there, I guess, to dig the graves, and the Atrocitus throws it at them. But Woolsey's about to hit Sinestro with it. Yeah, that's when Hal, creates a fighter jet out of green energy and blows it up.
Mm-hmm. I do like Sinestro's Kilowog construct that just pounds the crap out of Atrocitus. I thought that was nice.
Yeah, because Atrocitus is like, that's not possible. But yeah, Sinestro, my name Atrocitus, good. Tell the other foreign versions who they have to fear.
Actually, there's only 3 left because didn't Atrocitus kill one of them to get free?
I can't remember. Maybe?
I think so. But I'm not sure.
Was this in this story or the other one?
I think it was in this story, right? Right, because that's why Abensur had him. I'd have to look back at hang on, I've got it right here.
But yeah, Hal just telling Sinestro that he's like, you saw what I did. I blew up that yellow,
I did it. Look what I did.
And basically Sinestro's like, you survived. That's enough. You don't think I tried to pierce the spectrum barrier? It is futile, even for me.
No, I think you're right. I think that was an earlier issue, but in the future.
Yeah.
Atrocitus, yeah.
So I was going to say, it might be in the future at that, yeah, so. Look when Hal tells him, bleep you, unable to translate.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's when Sinestro tells him to deal with the anger. So he's like, I will, and he tells the ring to take him to Carl Ferris.
Yep.
So.
And his anger is gone.
Yep, him and Carol have a big talk. And he tells her she's not alone, so.
And then, I like that. You were right. Sinestro says, I know. It's just like,
You weren't right about everything.
And hey, we're going to shake hands, and uh-oh.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, because Sinestro tells him, I had, he had his own issues that I've been helping deal with. But yeah, then when they shake hands, and it's like, time allotted exceeded, illegal fraternizing between officers registered.
Report to OA for immediate discipline. So this is basically when Hal finally, lets go of all that anger, and also when he just reacted, he was, he no fear, right? Mm-hmm. He was able to affect something yellow.
Yep. All right, should we get to the last one?
You bet.
All right, so
which has a really cool cover.
Yeah, with a Guardian's face on it.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so Green Lantern number 35, Secret Origin Part 7 from November 2008. Same team. As Hal Jordan and Sinestro are taken toward Oa, Hal asks what is going on, and Sinestro explains that the Guardians of the Universe want a word with them, which is rarely a pleasant experience. As they fly towards Oa, through Oa, Kilowog, Chip, and Salak see them fly by, and a crowd soon gathers at the Guardians' chamber. Inside the chamber, Sinestro tells Hal to let him do the talking. The Guardians ask why Sinestro is outside Sector 1417, and Sinestro explains that he was apprehending Atrocitus of the 5 inversions, which Lantern Jordan assisted in. The Guardians decree that Atrocitus is to be returned to Yezamalt, where he will serve out his sentence. However, the Guardians note that this is Sinestro's second violation of the Territorial Edict, also with the Green Lantern of Sector 2814, but with Abin Sur the first time. Hold on. Sorry, clicked on something I didn't want to. Alright. The Guardians remind Sinestro that this law is in place for a reason, and Hal asks why. After giving him a cold stare, the Guardians reply that Lanterns are supposed to fly alone to grow stronger and depend on themselves, and not to question the Guardians' actions. Hal again asks why. This reminds me of a child. Why?
Yeah, why?
And the Guardians reply that they have lived and protected the universe for billions of years. Hal points out one problem: the Manhunter's actions in Sector 666. The Guardians say that Atrocitus was lying, and Hal says that they learned of the massacre from a message Abin Sur left on his power ring. The Guardians say they are lies meant to instill the Green Lantern Corps with fear. Angered, Hal says it's not the Green Lanterns who are afraid, but the Guardians themselves. The Guardians are incensed at Hal's accusation, and Sinestro tells Hal to shut up, but he continues. No one can explain the yellow impurity, but the buildings on Oa are all yellow. It's a countermeasure in case the Green Lanterns turn on the Guardians like the Manhunters did. The Territorial Edict is meant to prevent conspiracies from being formed against the Guardians, except on Oa where the Guardians could act. The Guardians command Hal to be silent and that he faces expulsion. Sinestro says that if they expel Hal, they can expel him as well. As much as it shocks him, Sinestro says that Hal's reasoning is right, but that if Green Lanterns can work together, they can not only grow stronger, but keep each other in check and prevent the massacre of Sector 666 from occurring again. Sinestro also tells them that this all happened because one of the Guardians ordered Sinestro to Earth to help Jordan, one who called himself Ganthit.
What?
The Guardians actually taken aback by Sinestro's revelation and decide to allow Jordan to remain. However, his actions will be monitored and will reflect on Sinestro himself. Sinestro has no problem with that. On the training field, Hal is trying to show the other Lanterns that he could affect yellow objects. His efforts prove futile, and Kilowog, Kihon, and Sinestro say that he imagined it. But Tomar Ray believes him. Sinestro tells Tomar that he is too trusting, and Tomar counters that it was something Abin Sur taught him. Sinestro has to return Atrocitus to Yzamalt, and asks Hal not to make him regret defending him. Hal promises he won't, and Sinestro says that they'll meet again in 1 month. However, they won't be meeting on Earth, but Korugar. I wonder what he's going to discover there. Back at the airfield, Tom is amazed that Carol Ferris is going that Carol's going to let Hal fly, and as the only pilot, he'll be logging in a lot of hours. Hal doesn't mind, and he asks what he'll be flying today. Tom says that it's something special, the old plane that Martin Jordan used to fly, and the first plane Hal ever flew in. Hal was amazed that Tom did that, but Carol Ferris comes and says that it was on her instructions to give him incentive to stay. Hal is grateful and offers to buy Carol dinner, but she declines, saying that she doesn't date employees. At Edwards Air Force Base, Hector Hammond is locked in a containment box to prevent him from taking control of anyone's mind. He thinks that it is unfair, that it is so lonely and cramped in there, and that Green Lantern did all this to him. And he thinks about Hal Jordan. He admits that he's had such a marvelous life. The thrills, the experiences, and the women. And how Hector wants it so much. At Coast City Hospital, a security guard is checking the morgue where he finds young William Hand still wearing the suit from the other night, unzipping a body bag. The guard tells William to get up, but William kills him with the cosmic divining rod. William is not upset, but mutters that dead is good. On Yzamalt, Sinestro finishes crucifying Atrocitus, adding more nails in so that he is completely immobilized. Qual says that they saw Albinsur's fate and they can see another. Sinestro is uninterested in their prophecies of the Blackest Night, but Roxalmi says that it's his future they see. Atrocitus says that Korrigar will fall to civil war and Sinestro will be unable to stop it. His world will embrace chaos because Sinestro was protecting others. Sinestro says that Korrigar will not fall to chaos while he is there, and he will not fall to fear. Atrocitus silently vows that if Sinestro won't be broken by his own fear, Atrocitus will burn him with his rage. At the graveyard, Hal Jordan looks at his parents' tombstones. His brother Jim shows up, saying that Jack won't be coming. Hal is not surprised, saying that he has been a terrible brother. Jim tries to deny it, but Hal goes on, saying that he hasn't been a part of their lives, saying that stops now. Hal powers up and reveals that he is the Green Lantern. He has a long story to tell, so he wrote it down in his flight log.
Which is what we've been reading, which I think was a really nice touch.
Yes. Oh yes, and in the morgue scene, the security guards listening to the news and on Green Lantern's recent appearances, which also mentioned Superman's recent appearances in Metropolis.
I do like the you dare accuse the Guardians of feeling fear. You know, Hal's like, you know, he gives zero craps about
Exactly.
And then, but I think he's even more surprised when, you know, Sinestro says, you know, "Oa, help me, the Earthman is ready." He goes, "I am?" He goes, "Quiet, please." He talks, you know, and lets him know then about, you know, Ganthet. And all of them ask, there's 12 Guardians there, and I counted, all of them ask, which one? One of you has, which one? Well, okay, Ganthet.
You know what? I know they're like, wait, who's Ganthet? None of us take names. Who is that? Who is that?
Yeah, who's that dude? And then Hal can't affect Yellow again, you know, and Kilowog's like, you didn't do it.
Okay, I have a question. Did they ever explain why we're not throwing Atrocitus in a psi cell and we're just crucifying him on Yzamalt with the other inversions?
I don't know. The Guardian said, you know, he's going to serve out his sentence, which is eternity on, you know, Yzamalt. So I don't know, but that's where they put him.
Because I guess, but I'm like, isn't it? Well, I guess they don't want to feed him for eternity, but I'm just like, wouldn't it be easier for someone to free him there, farther away from the Guardians, than in a psi cell on Oa? Or I guess
the Guardians have lived billions of years. Don't ask why. I
guess they don't want him to have the creature comforts of a psi cell. I guess.
Yep.
Yeah,
I thought this ended really well. You know, we get Tom, we get, you know, the establishment of the status quo at Ferris Air.
Mm-hmm.
We get Hector Hammond and his bulging brain. Black Hand, and of course, you know, Atrocitus back where we will find him many years later.
Yeah, he'll never get out of there. Oh, hello, Russell. Didn't have time to send feedback, but I love Atrocitus.
Hey, Russell. But, you know, it's... First off, I think this is the best origin of Hal.
Yeah.
I mean, Emerald Dawn is... There are things about it I like and things about it I don't like.
Alcoholism.
I'm not going to... Yeah, I'm not going to get into that.
Alcoholism, which we never mention ever again.
But not only is it a great origin, it ties into lots of stuff that he set up in Rebirth,
mm-hmm.
but also, you know, is doing double duty about setting up a lot of things that we're going to see in, you know, Blackest Night, which
mm-hmm.
is apparently a big deal, right?
Oh, yeah. Especially like Atrocitus and stuff, yeah.
And, you know, it builds on, you know, the Alan Moore story. Why was, you know, if
Why was
Green
Alden in
Lanterns
his
have
ship?
their
Yeah.
rings. Why was he in his ship? Well, he wasn't in a ship alone, and he had been infected by fear at that point. So,
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of nice tying Hector Hammond and Black Hand into the origin, because it's not like, oh, this guy just shows up and this guy shows up and this guy,
Mhm. I did think it was an interesting detail that the buildings on Oa
are yellow.
are yellow.
Uh-huh.
I thought that was a neat detail that I hadn't considered. I'd completely forgotten about it.
Yeah, because I mean, I think in other stories, at least in like the last series, like before Emerald Twilight and stuff, I think the buildings were yellow. Yeah.
Mhm. Which is a really cool little detail that plays into what Hal's saying, about them being afraid of the core and
that's a nice little point that Jeff Johns points out. It's like, well, if yellow's the weakness of their soldiers, why is everything painted yellow?
Because they're soldiers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but for me, this is the best origin for Hal. I still have to put it behind Rebirth as to at least my favorite. And I don't know, it's so close between this and Sinestro Corps War of the top stories of the Jeff Johns era, but this is really good.
I mean, as good as this is, and it's very good, I mean, all prequels all suffer the same thing. It's like you can only do so much, you can't. And again, you kind of know where you're going to end up and stuff. I mean, stuff like Rebirth and Sinestro Corps War, we didn't know we were going to land where we were going to land at the end. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, and it continues. I'm still, I've whined, and we can call it whining. It's okay. I'm fine with calling it whining. I've whined about the annoyance of getting night terrors in the middle of our regular book and derailing 2 months of plot. I mean, we still had it by Jeremy Adams. So, it was still good, and we were very fortunate, I think, in that.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like I said, at least it was Jeremy Adams. At least it happened on that plane, because other books did not get that at all. It was just a different writer, just out in the middle of nowhere. Yeah, just so. But
I am still just absolutely amazed that what are we 3-4 months out from Sinestro Corps War when Secret Origin started?
What you mean, from Blackest Night?
No, from Sinestro, the end of Sinestro Corps War. Oh, and then we had like 3 or 4 issues, and then suddenly we're into Secret Origin, right?
Yeah, because it ended on 25, and this started 29. So yeah, it was like yes, there was 3 issues in between. Yeah.
So to have all of that momentum going from Sinestro Corps War, and then to basically take 7 months out, I am just amazed that they were able to pull that off.
But again, but again, you still have the Green Lantern Corps book going in the present day, so that that kind of helps that we're not just cutting off all Green Lantern in the present for 7 months,
or a year.
Well, cool. I was gonna say it's over half. It's over half a year. 7 issues. Yeah.
I was talking about us being without a book for a year. So.
Oh yeah. I just meant the book being set in the past, but yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, it's amazing. I mean, this story, in any other writer's tenure on a book would be the top story.
Yes,
I think. But Johns has so many amazing stories in Green Lantern that it's pushed to second or third. Some people may even say fourth. Based on stories that are coming up. So, it's just amazing.
And if you've never read it, people might just be like, "Oh, he's retelling the origin."
Mm-hmm.
It's nothing new. It's retelling of the origin. But again, I mean, he puts in all these twists that weren't there originally.
Yep, and sets up so much of what actually happened in the past. Between Sinestro and him, and that was one of the things that next time you're coming to my planet, well, that doesn't turn out so well.
No.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know if they could have pulled this off if they didn't have the Green Lantern Corps book to keep the present day stuff moving along. Just because 7 months out of that momentum, because the core book is still building up. You had Are we getting ready to do Sins of the Star Sapphire, I think? Or...
Yep, next week in the core book. Yep, Sins of the Star Sapphire.
So they're still building toward Blackest Night.
Yep.
And this actually, even though set in the past, still is setting up Blackest Night, right?
Yeah.
I mean, so I'm definitely a fan of this one. It's high on my list. I wonder why that is, Phil. Do you have any idea?
Hold on. Let me think about this. I think I know.
I, of course, love Hal Jordan.
That might be it, yes.
No. I don't know. I've been paying attention for the last 145 weeks.
I, of course, love Hal Jordan.
We are approaching episode number 150.
Yes, and the last episode of the year, of episode 150. Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm saying. So by like January or February, we're going to beat Quantum Zone numbers.
Yeah. And we'll be hip deep or chest deep in Blackest Night at that point.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Because we're covering it all, kids. Every crossover, every tie-in, every miniseries, all of it.
The works. Well, have you got a reading order on that? Because that's a big deal.
I did. I mean, I did look through reading orders when I was doing it. Yeah. So when I was making the schedule, yeah. Because it's easy to make the schedule for this show because we just basically just go in order. So.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's the 2 Green Lantern books. There's the Blackest Night miniseries. There's Blackest Night Tales of the Corps. There's the Batman miniseries, the Superman miniseries, the Titans miniseries. Yeah,
Wonder Woman. And then there's the zombie books that come back too, which again I think is freaking brilliant.
Like like the Power of Shazam, The Question, Catwoman, Solomon Grundy,
Adam and Hawkman. I think
Adventure Comics, Wild Western Tales. Oh yeah, there's a lot here, kids. JSA miniseries. Mm-hmm.
Like I said, I don't know who came up with the idea for zombie issues of canceled series to come back, but whoever you are, I salute you because that's brilliant. That's just very on message for Blackest Night.
There's even an issue of Action Comics in there, kids. There's an Untold Tales of the Blackest Nights in there too. So again,
got a few issues to go through.
Again, it's 3 months: January, February, March, full 3 months.
So 12, and it's probably close to like 60 issues total. We're doing. It's a bunch.
Something, yeah. It's more like 13 weeks, I think, because I think March there's 5 episodes in March, so it's like 13. Yeah, 13 weeks, kids.
Nice.
So. Yeah, you're going to get very into... Oh, God, this is like Operation Galactic Storm all over again.
This is like triple the size of Galactic Storm.
Well, yeah, we only did one issue an episode. Yeah, this is...
Yeah.
All right. Anything else, William?
Nope. I am very happy we got to read this one again, and I'm still very impressed with it.
All right, so next week, as William said, we're going to cover Sins of the Star Sapphire from Green Lantern Corps 29 through 32. Then in 2 weeks, Rage of the Red Lanterns from Green Lantern 36 through 38, and Final Crisis, Rage of the Red Lanterns #1. And then we get to Emerald Eclipse from Green Lantern Corps 33 through 38. Then we get Agent Orange in Green Lantern 39 through 42, and then like we said, the final episode of the year will be episode 150, where we'll take a week to pause before Blackest Night, as we'll do Green Lantern Earth 1, Volume 1 and 2 for a big episode 150, and then boom, right out of the gate in January, Blackest Night. Oh, that's gonna be quite the.
We're gonna be sick to death.
Oh, yeah. Oh. I thought you were going to say by the end of it.
Zombies.
I thought you were going to say by the end of it we're going to be dead tired.
Oh, that's a good one too.
All right, kids. So yeah, send us all your thoughts on all this upcoming stuff. Email us, Email us CapesandLunatics@gmail.com or call the voicemail 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. And remember, you can find all things Capes and Lunatics, episodes, social media, merchandise, the Patreon. Again, subscribe to the Patreon. Join the Patreon Elite with Ray, Russell, Justin, and Moz. Discover which little hellfire you'll get. Drunken, sober, high. Find everything at tubespace.io/CapesandLunatics Podcast Network. That's tubespace.io/CapesandLunatics Podcast Network. All right. Mr. Will Allred, master of the core, master of the quantum zone, master of podcasting, and Kickstarter. Where can people get a hold of you?
You can find me at Wallred. That's at WALLRED on Twitter. Or whatever it's called this week. I don't know. Also on Blue Sky and probably Mastodon and Facebook, and I don't even know where at this point. But you can find me. I'm pretty easy to find. If you'd like to check out the comics that I write, you can do that at Crossover Division. That's at crossoveridivision.com, or Diary of Night at diaryofnight.com. And you obviously have great taste because you're here listening to us, which means you probably love Marvel's Quasar almost as much as we do. And if you'd like to find out more, you can go to the Quantum Zone, quantumzone.org. I'll put it in my navel.
Hey, boys, you look at the party? I love the party.
I
hope it's going somewhere nice.
Because
they aren't even attempting to enter our orifices.
Thank you, Tom DeFalco.
I, of course, love Hal Jordan.
How did that make it past the comics code? Anyway.
It was the 90s.
It was.
All right, kids. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for this 2-part Secret Origin journey. Next time, yes, Sins of the Star Sapphire. Back to the Green Lantern Corps, both in the present day. 2008.
Exactly. Present day of 15 years ago.
Exactly. See that long ago. All right, kids, come back next time. And remember, the man with the mustache is the greatest Green Lantern of all time. Good night.
Right.